All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing on first down is Brees. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Shotgun now for Brees. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This will be fielded at the 17. Yards on the return that time, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here we go, here we go. Spread right, 72. Throw left, throw left.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Gold stars all the way around for that defensive front. Anytime an offense wants to run a draw, they're really trying to hit you in the center part of the field. Anytime you can clog that up and force it to bounce outside, it's a huge win for the defense.
39, Lucy. You.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Move.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Easy. 5-8, 5-8.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
11.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Ready. 21.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Again, it's Fournette, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Throwing now is Bortles. Forced out to his left, and that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Malik Jackson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Ready?
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
21. Ready?
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the full start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans, partner. I mean, this one was totally foiled. They played for the pass. The idea was if you want to run it, that's fine. We'll rally up and make the tackle, except they didn't get it done.
Yeah, 3rd and long, and a big run there. How about that? Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Going up top. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
11.
To throw, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Looking long for Westbrook. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
380.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now Bortles steps away to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Lucy.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Looking long for Westbrook. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. as his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And here's Lewis. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
As we inch closer to the regular season, I'm just peering down at some of the preseason records. Right now, Ravens 4-0, Bengals, Panthers, Cardinals, all 3-0. I guess my question is, what stock do you put in these preseason records?
Well, the easy answer is nothing, because the preseason doesn't really matter. But some organizations do put more stock in it than others. Some of them want to win every preseason game. Others don't worry about that at all. Intel has told me that only one team has won the Super Bowl after going 0-4 in the preseason, and that was in a strike year, I believe, when Washington did it. So, for the most part, you just don't want to go winless in the preseason. But remember this, the Browns and the Lions both went 4-0 preseasons, then they went 0-16 in the regular season.
Speaking of winless teams, Eagles and Falcons both winless right now, could be Super Bowl contenders.
I still think that they're going to be, whether they go winless or not.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
11, 11, 11, 11. Ready. 90. Got it.
Now this time, Breeze will throw. He'll let it fly in the direction again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Here's Corey Graham at a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Here we go.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. 20! Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Green 80! Green 80! Hank! Hey, spread right.
Bortles now on 1st down. Fighting his way through contact. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Lucy.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. be incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it second and goal. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles rolling to his left. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Bortles now on third and goal.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And Lambo will put this one through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Shotgun now for Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Breeze got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go.
Bortles now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Jaguars on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Safarian Jenkins. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. To throw, it's Bortles. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On 2nd down, Ingram across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. He dumps it down to Ingram, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. But I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And past the 30 down to about the 27. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go.
Bortles trying the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sunday. I'll go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles looking long for Westbrook. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.